By the end of this step-by-step tutorial, you will know exactly how to shoot and edit this exact video. We are going to tackle two distinct skills. First, we will light a car using a professional set technique called the ceiling bounce. Then, we bring that footage into CapCut to build a highly rhythmic, fast-paced edit from scratch. To execute this, you need a few specific tools. You need a subject, in our case, a performance car like an M3. You need a standard tube light, materials to black out a window, a smartphone with CapCut installed, Turbo VPN if features are region-locked, and a strong, beat-heavy audio track. Capturing a clean, high-contrast image in camera gives your editing software the deep shadows and crisp highlights it needs. Combining that physical lighting setup with aggressive mobile motion graphics produces a polished, premium result. Step 1 is controlling the environment. Any ambient sunlight spilling into your garage or studio will ruin the deep shadows we want. Tape up blackout curtains or thick blankets over every window until the room is completely black. With the room dark, bring in the tube light. Instead of pointing it directly at the vehicle, aim it straight up at the ceiling. Power it on and dial the output down to exactly 15%. Bouncing the light off the ceiling scatters the beam. It creates a massive, soft source that wraps around the car, eliminating harsh hotspots while cleanly highlighting the sculptural lines and wheel arches. To deepen the shadows on the opposite side, we use negative fill. Position a large black flag or a dark, non-reflective surface near the unlit side of the car. This absorbs stray light bouncing around the room, keeping the shadow side completely dark. Building this high contrast ratio practically means your camera sensor records pure blacks and smooth gradients natively. You secure a clean, cinematic image right at the source, saving you from trying to force contrast with heavy color grading later. Open CapCut and import your clips. If features are restricted in your region, connect to Turbo VPN first. Lay down your music track, play through the audio, and place a marker on every major beat drop. On your main video clip, drop 3 keyframes. Leave the first keyframe exactly as it is. Move to the second keyframe and set the zoom to 10. For the third keyframe, push the zoom to 110. This graph represents animation speed. Open the graph editor, apply a curve to the keyframes, and select Cubic Out. The steep initial curve means the zoom starts incredibly fast and smoothly decelerates. This visually replicates the hard, sudden attack of the audio beat. Relying on linear keyframes results in stiff, robotic movement. Shaping the timing with graph curves connects the visual motion directly to the rhythm of the track. Next, turn on the Smooth Slow-Mo tool. You have to manually select the better quality setting here so the software accurately interpolates the frames without glitching or stuttering. Trim this primary clip down so its total duration is exactly 1.60 seconds. Duplicate that 1.60 second clip. Select the second copy and apply the reverse tool to create a seamless push and pull loop between the two clips. Now we build the visual impact stack. Add the shake effect to the timeline. Set the speed to 50 and the intensity to 30. You only want the shake to emphasize the hit. Shrink the effect layer down to a fraction of a second so it only triggers precisely on the cut, preventing the motion from bleeding over and blurring the rest of the shot. Add a blur effect right on top of it and crop it to the exact same micro duration as your shake layer. Go to Overlays and add a plain white background covering the whole frame. Trim its duration to 0.20 seconds. Add a keyframe at the start and another at the end with the opacity dropped to 0. This creates a hard flash that rapidly fades out. Finally, apply the black flash effect. Set intensity to 31, size to 31, and twist to 52. Once that is dialed in, highlight this entire stack of micro effects and duplicate it directly over every main cut in your timeline. Isolating these intense distortions strictly to the transitions delivers a massive hit of kinetic energy exactly on the beat, while keeping the main footage of the car perfectly clean and visible. The timeline is set. We started by physically shaping the light with a ceiling bounce and negative fill, giving us a pristine, high-contrast base. Then we applied precise keyframe math and stacked micro effects on the audio beats. This is the final result. Export your timeline in full 4K resolution. Post the video and tag us to see your version. Combining intentional set lighting with aggressive, rhythm-based editing is a repeatable process. You can apply this exact structure to any subject to produce consistently high-end content.